Welcome to Drills and Skills Fitness. I am your coach and your fitness instructor, Coach Davis, to kind of go over my workout routine that I do throughout the days and throughout the week. I'm not going to show you everything that I do, but I'm going to show you portions or just the basic structure of how, for the last 3 years since I've actually been serious with working out, of what things that I've done while I work out. Again, my main goal is to try to lose this belly fat. Ever since I started working out, my goal was always to lose this belly fat, and so far lately it has been going down. But anyways, the way I start my workouts, usually 9 times out of 10, depending on if my feet are hurting or not, is 20 to 30 minutes of footwork, body weight exercises. This is where I do things like high knees, butt kicks, core exercises, planks, things like that. Farmer carries for 30 minutes straight, non-stop, just working. I'll take little breaks, but overall for the 20, 30 minutes, it is just going. The way I outline this workout schedule, it is it's mostly inspired by Chris Hemsworth workout schedule. You know, when I search on Google, you might see one, and then you're gonna see a different one. But anyways, again, it's been inspired by his schedule, but I've altered it. I've altered it just so I could have new and other things to do. And also inspired just in this schedule alone right now, it's inspired by LeBron James, because this guy has been going on for 20, 21 years now. So whether he's doing something that he shouldn't be doing or not, this guy is doing something right with his body. So again, whether you hate him or love him, there is something that you can learn from him. But anyways, this is just a little bit of a template of how I do day-to-day workouts. For example, day 1A is shoulders, day 2A arms, day 3A is back, etc., etc. Then when I get to day 7, it'll be day 7B. We start all over again with shoulders, arms, back, etc., etc., all the way till we get to day 13, which I call it the Survivor Series. So on this day, what I do is for 1 hour straight, it's just footworks, dynamic exercises, body weight exercises for 1 hour straight. I may add a minute and 5 minutes, 1 hour and 5 minutes to it. Just so within that 5 minutes, I can take my little breaks, I can get water, things like that. But just within that 5 minutes, just so again, I'm not wasting time. Every minute in this hour is important because it's where I'm working it nonstop, pushing it and challenging myself. I like things that are fast paced and challenging. If it's too slow, I'm gonna get bored. I'm just not gonna do it. So I always like to do things that are challenging. So again, it's nonstop for this full hour. It's just footwork, dynamics, and it does hurt. But even sometimes after doing this, I'll still just do other things afterwards for another hour or so. So I like the challenge. Yeah, so footwork and Survivor Series. This is like a little bit of a template that I do. Again, things change from time to time. Stationary is where, for example, I'll do high knees just in that one spot. Do dynamics where I'm running side to side, high knee side to side, butt kick side to side, etc. Floor, this is where I get like a little mini break where I can do core exercises, ab exercises, lower back exercises. Depending how my foot is feeling, do things low impact. So instead of running with high knees, I will just stay in the spot or just walk and do high knees or leg lifts or just do it very slow, butt kicks. If my foot is feeling fine, I'll do a little faster dynamics. I'm going to add weight to this. There are a lot of things, various things I do with weights, either with the obliques, use it for squats, use it for chest press or flies, things like that. Also add steps. I think steps are very underrated. Since I've been doing it, I feel my legs have been very toned. They look very strong, so very underrated. I also added skipping using the ladder and the staples. My skipping rope broke, so again, depending on injuries or if things are not available, you always have to have a plan B or figure out something to do to fill in that. So instead of using my skipping rope, I can use my ladder. I can just jump in the spot and do various footworks in the spot. The staples as well. There are those little things people jump over, like football players use it, track and field athletes use it. There are those like little mini borders where they jump over. Those are the type of tools that I use in my Dynamics Footwork Survivor Series bit here. So I'm going to be showing you 30 minutes of the 30 minute workouts. Obviously, it's been cut down to roughly 20 minutes, just because of the little breaks in between. So I've kind of made it more simple. I'm just going to be reflecting on the things I see and critiquing myself. Looking in the mirror, I don't think it does you any justice. When I look at myself in the mirror, I feel like I'm doing things right. But now when I'm looking at in the video, I notice these little things that I don't notice when looking in the mirror. So, yeah. We can start in a few seconds. Again. All right, here we go. All right, this first thing I'm doing is back extension. Back extension or deadlifts. This time I'm using the dumbbell. I was going to use the broomstick for this, but I couldn't find it at the gym. So again, you always have to be able to have another variant or manipulate. So I'm using the dumbbells. Overall, I'm trying to get rid of my fat in my obliques. I feel like this is helping a little bit. This is more of a stationary butt kicks. Only because I'm filming, there are other people in the gym. I didn't want them on camera, so I'm just doing it stationary. Just for this video, it's me doing butt kicks. One thing, my fingers should be pointed towards the camera, not curled up. Next thing I have here is obliques. I'll call these the bridges. I don't know what they're really called, but I'll call them oblique bridges. One thing I would say this, I'm not pushing my left leg more into my arm. I feel like I could push it in a lot more than what I'm showing. But my right side is a little better than my left side. These are leg lifts, stationary leg lifts. Usually I do this like dynamics or against the wall. I feel like they have helped with loosen my groin. I've been trying to loosen my groin for many years, and I feel like it's finally getting somewhere. These are squats. One thing I could say about this, I feel like I should have lowered my glutes a bit more. And the mirror doesn't do you justice. I feel like I could go a lot lower. These are the oblique side to sides. I like to use 2 plates or 2 dumbbells because if I just use only one, it's very time consuming. But when I use 2 at the same time, I could do 20 reps in just one go. So I kind of like using 2 plates instead. That helps with your obliques and I believe your lower back. Alright. These are the steps. Again, very underrated exercise in my opinion. Again, still dealing with foot problems, so that's why I feel like I'm so, I don't know, I'm not fluent with my motions. Pretty basic, just up and down. Just up and down for 20 reps. Sometimes I do it with reps or I do it with time. Just again, I always switch things up. Again, my structure isn't just follow the script only. Sometimes I have things on the script, but I'll kind of do things a little differently each and every time, just again to stay fresh and to keep things challenging. I have no skipping rope, so I'm going to be using just my feet. I'm using the strides, just going front to back. One thing I notice is my right foot is pointed to the side. That's something I did not notice in the mirror or in real time. So just look on this video now, I notice that it's pointed more to the right, but my left foot is fine, but just my right foot is pointed more to the right. Back to the top again, back extensions. Like my back does get sore fast when I do these. So it's probably the last time you're going to see me do these types of back extensions. Again, I got the butt kicks again. So again, it really depends on how I'm feeling or what I want during Pacific times. I'll always change things up. Either I could have done like cross butt kicks for this one, but that's fine. Back to the oblique bridges. This one looks a lot better than the first one. So I'm really digging my left foot into like my arm. These are good for your obliques, your lower back as well. And I did 20 in total. We have leg lifts again. I think this is also good for your core. We have the squats again. Another thing I noticed is my right foot is always pointed in a different angle. It's one thing I just noticed. I did go see a doctor about that just recently, but I won't get into that. We have the plate oblique, side to side. And I won't lie, sometimes I do miscount of what I have. Either I add more than I did or not. Back to the steps. Another thing I should add with the full workout, the footwork dynamic schedule, I have like a primary and a secondary. So after I do 3 sets or 4 sets, I have another secondary that I do where I do 3 or 4 sets as well, depending on the time and how I'm feeling. So I'm not going to be doing the same exercises for a whole hour, 30 minutes straight. I always have a secondary handful of exercises that I'm going to do. Again, to do the same ones over and over again, 3-4 times over, it does get boring. It will get boring. It will get tedious. So that's why you always have to keep changing things over and over again. We got the side to side, fronts and back. I do this for about 30 seconds. 30 seconds, 45 seconds, depending on how I'm feeling and how my foot's feeling. So back extensions, I'm just doing side reaches. Yeah, sound picks up everything. Everything. Again, always, I always have to be able to think of a plan B if things aren't going too well. Side knees, butt kicks, I mean. See how my fingers are pointing towards the camera? That's the way your fingers and hands should be. Not curl up in a ball. Your fingers and hands should be pointed towards the camera or the wall towards you. Here we are with the oblique bridges. Looks a lot better again. Digging that knee right into my left side. Leg lifts. This is the third set. Squat. Sometimes with the squats, I'll use like weights to go up and down with. Yep, that foot again. It's pointed weight to the side. And we got the oblique side to sides. Doing the steps again. Again, there's a lot of variants I do with using these steps. Sometimes I just want to do one or do two, do other things. But today I'm just doing this basic, left to right step ups. Again, very underrated exercise. The strides. This time again, I have my hands curled up in a ball. Your fingers should be pointed towards the camera or to the wall towards you. If you don't have a skip rope, these are the type of things you can still do. Alright, so these are the secondary workouts now. So this is more focusing on balance. And one thing I notice is when I reach for my left side, I use two hands. But when I reach for my right side, I'm only using one. I'm not sure. I didn't realize that till now. I didn't realize that till now that I'm actually doing that. We have the OG jumping jacks. Again, another very underrated workout. Very underrated. Good for footwork, good for core, your jumping, your agility, arms, things like that. Some will say clap as you're going up. But I think you just go up as high as you can without touching your arms. And these I call fours, or there are a lot of variants that I do with this one. For right now, I'm just going to be showing you two of them. I'm just lifting my arms up and down. This helps with the core, also your arms as well. These are for glutes. I feel like I could be kicking back my legs more on these glutes. I feel like I'm either probably tired by this point, but nevertheless, I should be kicking my feet back more, my legs back more. The bands, these are shoulder rises, side rises. You see in my face that my shoulders were burning by this point. Everything was just burning. Sometimes I just fight through it. Again, bands are very underrated, very underrated. They're not gonna, make you look like Hercules, but they're very useful tools. This one I learned from YouTube. It's sit-ups using dumbbells. Originally it was with a barbell, but I feel like it's a lot easier with dumbbells because the barbell you kind of have to like lift it up on your body, and it can kind of like strain your shoulders a little bit, your wrists a little bit. With dumbbells, it's a lot easier. So just like a regular crunch, but with shoulder rises, up and down. Usually I would be walking with these things, but since I'm filming again, I'm just going to be doing these stationary. Just holding it for like 30 seconds. The most I've been able to do this with is like 70. So, yeah. 70 for like 45 seconds or 30 seconds. Back to the balancing, just trying to touch your toes on one foot. See again, I'm not sure why with the other side I use two hands, but with the other side I only use one hand. I'm not sure why that is. Good for balancing again. Balancing is again another underrated ability or skill. I have jumping jacks. I'm doing this for 30 seconds. Sometimes I do it for like 10 or 20 reps, again, depending on how my foot is. Other times I do it based on time, either 45 seconds, a minute, 30 seconds. But usually just 30 seconds is good enough. I could be spreading out my legs a bit more in the other one, other rep. So this is another variant of the fours. You lift up and then reach to your front. And there's two more variants that I usually do. But I'm only going to show you these two. I did reverse, so I rise and then lift down. We have the glutes. Again, I could be kicking back more. I feel like the mirror is not doing me justice, because I'm looking in the mirror, everything looks fine, but on the video on the video it doesn't look like the way I thought I was doing things. But I know I am feeling it though. Like I know I'm feeling it, but just on a video it doesn't feel like I'm kicking back far enough. All right. Back to the crunches and shoulder rises using 20-pound dumbbells, up and down. It is very hard to keep my legs steady. It's very, very hard. That's why it's always moving. I think it's mostly because of the weight. The weight causes me for my legs to move. I don't think it's a big deal that my feet are moving, because I'm feeling it in my core, I'm feeling it in my shoulders, and I'm feeling it. So I think that's what's most important. You have the flies, another variant. Things I do, always chaining things up from time to time. This is like the fly, help with your shoulders as well. This was the last exercise, and I had held it for 1 minute. It's because the time was running out. So sometimes I do, like for the primary and second, I do 3 sets at least, or I do 3 sets, 3 sets, and then I do a whole full set of doing primary and secondary together, from start to finish. But other times, again, it's nothing is written in stone where this is what I have to do every single day. I'm always changing things, adding things, maybe not doing certain things, doing this thing. So it's always somewhat different from time to time the way I work out. So yeah, this is just one of my workout routines, or more like I guess you could say my warm-ups. Yeah. So yeah, that is that. I thought it was interesting to see me working out. It's not every day I feel myself working out like this at the gym, especially doing the things that I do at the gym. There's a lot of things that I've noticed that I could improve on, a lot of things that I will improve on, and this is just like a fraction of what I do from day to day. I always try to push myself, want to get better. Again, my main goal, the only reason why I started working out in grade 9 was to lose this belly fat. That's like the only reason why I worked out. But obviously since then to like now recently, I've been off and on. Well, I've been off and on, not eating the right foods, always eating pizza and things like that. But the last 3 years now, like this 3 years. Now, I've been working out since grade 9, off and on. But last 3 years, I've actually been consistent for the first time. This consistent with this type of schedule, and it works. For me, it does work. I'm seeing a lot of improvement. I know in the video, I'll be honest about myself, I do look a little fat in the video, so I'm not sure if that's how I look in real life. When I look at myself in the mirror, I think I look great. But in the video, it's like I look really fat. My belly looks like it's bursting out of my shirt in the videos. So yeah, that's that. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed my video. But anyways, thank you for watching. Have a good day, good night, and a good workout.